You know, when we started this program 5 years ago, none of us thought we'd still be running today. But so far, we haven't crashed. Although I gotta say, trying to identify and help the nation's lousiest motorists is scary, and we have had a lot of close calls. But we really do believe in the work we're doing here. So, we're back for another year of entertaining and informative automobile education. This is Canada's worst job. Don't worry. Happens all the time. This is Canada's Worst Driver. Season 6.
This year, viewers of our show sent in over 500 nominations for Canada's Worst Driver.
You!
Sorting through that many nominations was a brain-rattling experience, but we spoke with all of them.
He gave me the finger.
We drove with the worst of them, and we learned
Now, he deserves to be hit.
there's a lot of dangerous drivers out there,
Idiot.
but these 8 are the most dangerous of all.
All right, you people. You really are Canada's worst drivers. But you can be rehabilitated, and we're going to begin that rehabilitation process just as soon as you get to the Driver Rehabilitation Center.
Driving themselves to our educational facility, the bad motorists will have to follow the directions we've given them. The route is a 1-hour journey through the busy streets of Hamilton, Ontario, past some farmland, over a bridge, and into the Driver Rehabilitation Center. When they get here,
This is not easy, it's not easy.
their lives will change forever. We will rigorously test the nominees.
What am I supposed to do?
We will educate the nominees.
Yes! 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 Yes!
After going through the hows and whys of dozens of challenges, some people in rehab will learn from their mistakes and graduate.
Yeah, I'm ready to graduate.
But that won't be true for everyone.
What the? What the? Yo! Where are you going?
In the end, one person will be correctly called out
Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
as Canada's worst driver. Lifelong motorcyclist, Paul is Canada's worst driver, according to Tommy, Paul's biker buddy.
So you put a windshield in front of you, what happens? You go blind?
It's not so much I get aggravated.
To make sure Paul doesn't get aggravated today, we're letting him get to rehab on his deafeningly loud motorcycle. At home in Collingwood, Ontario, Paul's wife doesn't want to get on the motorcycle in the winter anymore. But
I don't like cars. I don't like vans. I want to ride my motorcycle.
Paul has a car driver's license, but he hasn't used it for years.
Cars are all.
Today, Paul has his blinker on,
There's no skill to this.
and it's been on for 3 minutes.
I say you can teach anybody to drive this. You can't teach everybody to drive a motorcycle. It takes skill.
Now it's 4 blinking minutes.
Women can drive cars. What do you think about that?
I think Paul would be shocked to know that his blinker has been on for 5 solid minutes.
I'm supposed to be Canada's worst driver. I can drive a car or a van or this piece of
Actually, Paul can't drive anymore. He's too afraid.
Look at me. I'm shaking. I just got to take a breather time. Sorry. What? Off. Second cars, man. Like just. I just want to be riding my bike.
Headed to rehab, Paul is in his element.
We're on our bikes. Everybody else is in the car. You gotta love it.
Learner Lance is Canada's worst driver, according to his best friend, Gilles, who told him not to buy a stick shift.
But, you know, I didn't even drive the car. I had the sales guy drive it for me.
I wish the sales guy was here now.
Out of the way! This isn't the way. Here, let me take it off.
At home in Ottawa, Lance hyperventilates like this. When nothing's coming. While driving to his fashion salesman's job, Lance sometimes vomits.
Watch the light, too.
When he gets home again, Lance can't park worth a lick.
Check your side, check your side, check your side. Oh, shh. Oh, man. Scratched my car up.
En route to rehab, Lance is terrified. Slow Diane is Canada's worst driver, according to Rayanne, one of her 6 children.
I drive too slow.
Diane is so slow, she's been ticketed for it. That's a true story. We'll talk more about that later. Slowly going to rehab,
The speed limit's 80 and you're going 50.
Diane creates a traffic jam.
I think he's yelling at you.
Perhaps he's just politely pointing out that the light in front of Diane is green. At home in Edmonton, Alberta, Diane's indecisiveness has been holding up traffic for years.
Canada, this is the woman that made you late for work.
I don't know which way to go.
Well, just go around.
But where, though? Where?
Headed for our rehab center, traffic is piling up behind Diane.
But I'm going to scream pretty soon.
When we come back, every nominee for the title, Canada's Worst Driver, is on the road to rehab.
Yeah, there.
Eight nominees for the title of Canada's Worst Driver, Season 6, were waiting to go to driver rehab.
Make it right here.
Now, 3 of them are on the road.
No, no.
John nominated his aunt, Dale, as Canada's worst driver because she recently scratched her neighbor's car. Again.
It was only like a little nick.
Right. How many little nicks in your life? Over 100?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like 1 a week.
More.
More than 1 a week.
Dale's been driving for 30 years, so do the math.
50 weeks in a year times 30 years, you're talking 1,500 small scratches?
Pretty much.
In St. Catharines, Ontario, Dale doesn't pay for those scratches. Her husband, John, does.
Generally, You know, the people come up with a figure, and if I think it's reasonable, then I'll just pay it.
To make this even more surreal,
Just watch the cars beside. Oh, whoa, whoa.
John used to be a driving instructor.
Dale,
What?
you know there's a stop sign there?
Yeah?
John doesn't drive much with Dale these days because,
This is what I do.
and at red lights,
I can make this.
this is what Dale does.
Going through a red light is illegal, but if no one sees you, it's not illegal.
Brad is Canada's worst driver. According to Donna, his wife,
He has skill issues.
after crashing cars all around Springbank, Alberta, Brad became so fearful of driving, Donna made him quit.
Just get your bearings. The first car Brad wrecked for me was a big station wagon I had.
I wrecked my Ford 150, my sideswipe Lexus. Flipped the tracker 4 times.
Totaled it, yeah.
3 meters in the air.
Donna's father, Gil, won't drive with Brad.
I've been in the car 3 times with him. Twice we've finished up in the ditch.
Recently, though, Gil suffered a heart attack, and Donna suffered a serious shoulder injury. Which means now, Brad has to.
Take my dad to lab tests and take me for my doctor's appointments.
The problem is, Brad doesn't like driving. At all. Jamie is Canada's worst driver, according to Eric, her husband.
I have no confidence behind the wheel.
Headed for rehab, Jamie asks a lot of questions.
What's this van doing? Is this a one-way? Can I go? Do I have to go on this side? Where am I? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
At home in Hampton, New Brunswick, Jamie knows she's a hazard.
I don't think I'm, like, stable, emotionally stable enough to be behind a wheel. What am I doing now, Eric? What do I do? What am I doing? No, what do I do? Like, this sucks.
Originally from Zimbabwe, speed freak Dean is Canada's worst driver, according to Brian, his friend.
What's your biggest problem as a driver?
Not checking my speed.
Headed for our rehab center, Dean doesn't check which way the traffic is moving.
Oh, man. Dean, what the hell are you doing?
In fast Montreal, Dean is one of the fastest.
Okay, man. All right, Dean. Dean, when he's driving, I'm scared to death, you know? Okay, you're going 80 right now, it's 50 kilometer pace. What the Yeah, you drive like, you know, those gangsters, American gangsters, they lean backwards, you know, they try to show off.
In Zimbabwe, I've been driving without a license since I was 14 years old. I used to steal a car and then drive it on the street.
Laid-back Dean has run into the long arm of the law.
Yeah, one time I hit a police car.
But he will not slow down.
You're a bad driver. How can you just cross the line like that?
Headed to rehab, Dean speeds up to 120 on a road where the limit is...
I think it's 60, bro.
All of our candidates are now on the road to rehab, except for one. Scott is Canada's worst driver, according to his roommate, Danny, for a very obvious reason.
Shouldn't drive drunk, ever, right?
But you do all the time.
Fair enough.
Don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
In Calgary, Alberta, Scott says he drives drunk a lot.
And I was looking down, and I was pretty heavily intoxicated. And as I looked up, there's this horsey going over the car, and... What the dude?
In order for me to insure myself, I'd be looking at 15 grand a year.
It's insane.
Dude, this is insane. This is insane.
What's insane is that Scott is insured under Danny's policy.
Okay, I'm scared. Oh my God, Scott. Whoa, 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 whoa. We will die if we crash.
Oh, and by the way, Scott has an infant son. When we come back,
Is that a stop sign?
all of Canada's worst drivers head for our rehabilitation center.
Whoa, whoa, dude, see? Like, was that necessary?
This year, the Driver Rehabilitation Center has been set up at the Dunnville, Ontario Airport. When the lousiest motorists in the nation get here, they'll park beneath their own pictures. And then their driving education will begin. On the road to rehab, Dale is speeding.
No matter what I do, I can't get it to 50. Unless I take my foot right off the gas.
Brad is being belittled.
If you did this on your own, you'd be screwed.
Not really.
And Scott is trying to show off. Before Scott began driving to our rehab center, I said,
Just get yourself to the rehab center safely. Don't go breaking the law. I'm looking at you. Don't go breaking the law. Just drive there.
in juvenile defiance, Scott is breaking the law.
I want to pass people.
By pushing 140 kilometers an hour.
Whoa!
Our videographer does not deserve this. Scott's drive has to stop. Dale is trying so hard to drive safely, she's about to burst.
This is ridiculous. I don't like driving. This
Drive
is
however
ridiculous.
you want. What the hell are you worried about?
Because he told us to drive safe. I said, do you drive natural? And he said, you drive safe. So I guess my driving isn't safe.
Unsafe Dale makes it to rehab.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're here.
But she has no idea what will happen once she gets parked.
I need your driver's license.
You do?
I do.
In rehab, everyone will give up their license. To get it back as a graduate, serious improvements must be made.
I learn really, really quickly.
You learn really, really quickly.
Mm-hmm. In 30 years of driving, I've probably hit about 900 cars.
Scott is about to learn that we don't tolerate speeders who go
More than 50 over in that one area there?
Did you just say you went 50K over the limit?
A little bit more, yeah.
Stay there, we'll come get you.
I can do this drive following the speed limit if that's what you asked.
Dude, I asked you that an hour ago.
Brad is being told he's speeding.
Just go the speed limit, man.
I am.
And Donna wants him to brake earlier.
Oh,
Mountain
straight
bro.
onto Mount. Brake!
Okay.
But Brad is actually driving fine.
I better not be the problem here.
Huh.
Getting to rehab, Donna harassed Brad with 82 suggestions.
What are your issues?
My issues are just,
It's just got so many issues. And it just...
Talking to him.
I know. I did it all the time.
You might not be all of the problem.
I might not be.
Slow Diane is lost. But when she pulls over, she finds out that
We've completely skipped from number 4 to number 22.
cars might be passing Diane, but she'll be the next to arrive at rehab.
Well, at least this time I didn't cry.
She also didn't drive the speed limit.
The fastest she went was 60.
Lance is going 0.
Can you, no, I know, it's weird. Can you tell me where are we going?
Lance has been going for over 3 hours, but he makes it to rehab without throwing up.
So proud of you, man. Booyah, Chaka. Yes.
Lance's skill level is so low that when I ask him to park as close to his sign as he can, this is where he winds up.
This is what it says.
Yeah, no, this is for, like, I don't know that car that well.
Scott is being driven to our rehab center.
How's it going, man? I asked you to drive safely to rehab.
Yes, you did.
Instead, Scott intentionally racked up 37 moving violations.
Why did you come to rehab?
He came to rehab to show every single one of you guys up.
It's not gonna work out the way you planned it, Scott, on the cool on TV part.
Wow, about to cry. Shed a tear.
As if Scott wasn't enough to deal with, Dean also needs to be stopped.
Man, I see it's 60, but he's going 120.
You'll never guess Dean's excuse for doubling the speed limit.
Maybe, you know, the road sometimes there's a slope, you know.
Turning into car drivers rehab, Paul becomes the first person ever to arrive on a motorcycle.
Welcome to rehab, sir.
Paul is confident on a bike, but he's terrified in a car.
No fear. I just get mad. I just get fear. I'm not afraid of anything.
I'm gonna say you're afraid. I'm gonna look you in the eye, and I'm gonna say you're afraid of hurting someone else.
Oh,
your
that's
anger
true.
comes from,
Yeah,
right?
That's the truth. That's true.
Jamie is afraid of making her own decisions.
Do I go? Which one? How, Eric? Am I in the right lane?
Following Eric's advice, Jamie eventually makes it to rehab.
Thank you very much. The entire act of driving makes you nervous.
Except, like, if I'm going straight.
Speed freak Dean is going to be driven to our rehab center.
Am I that bad?
Yes! Before we picked him up, Dean made over 20 separate speeding violations.
What do you need to learn here?
Slowing down.
I can smell it burning. Whoa!
When we come back, the nominees for Canada's Worst Driver go through our basic assessment challenge. Here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center, we have 4 experts on staff. At home in this racetrack setting, our low-key, high-speed expert, Philippe Letourneau, is back.
Swing right, left, e-brake.
When Philippe's not teaching our bad drivers extreme techniques,
There we go.
That was awesome.
through simple lessons, he'll be inside, watching the Awful 8 perform the skills he taught them.
Oh, yay!
Sitting next to Philippe is Cam Woolley. This retired Ontario Provincial Police Sergeant is our expert on driving legalities.
Both of these drivers meet the definition of careless driving under the Highway Traffic Act.
Also returning to rehab is Peter Mellor, our basic driving instructor, who has over 25 years of experience.
Left foot on the clutch, right foot on the brake.
The new face on this year's panel is Dr. Lauren Kennedy Smith, our behavioral psychologist.
That is extreme anxiety. That's not normal anxiety.
These experts will help decide who graduates and who will ultimately be named Canada's worst driver.
Last year at the Canada's Worst Driver offices, we received tons and tons of mail just begging us to stop using classic antique automobiles in our driving challenges. And you know what? We took those letters to heart. So this year, we promise you will not have to witness the destruction of a single vintage machine because we blew the entire car budget on one brand spanking new shiny green Camaro!
It's got 26 kilometers on the odometer. It's got no scratches anywhere. And it's going to be used for one challenge in every episode this season, starting with
our basic assessment course.
For this challenge, drivers will reverse through a snaking hallway of rims. Then they'll continue reversing through these concrete barriers. Then they'll slalom their way to something I sure hope they don't want to hit.
Allow me to demonstrate. I've never actually driven a brand new car before, so let's see how this works out.
The reversing section is very wide, with over a foot of space on either side of the car.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Looking in the mirror, looking in the mirror. Looking in the mirror, looking in the mirror.
When the lane turns, I need to reposition by going forward in an S-turn.
Now I'm getting somewhere. It's the S-turn that gets you through this stuff.
When I get through to the concrete section, the path clearly lines up.
I see it all the way through. To me, it looks like if I, whoops, just go like that, I should actually make it right through there. That's not that bad. Really? Yeah, I'm fine.
To squeeze through this cleanly, the key is remaining calm.
Once I get to here, all I have to do is turn around, go through the slalom. Here I go. Woohoo! I should straighten the wheel before I start, though. Up to 50, check the speed. Wow, that's 50 already. This thing flies. And here I go, through the people. Yowza. Woohoo! And then when they get to this line right here, they lock up the brakes and... Oh, they stop way before the big me. That's easy, actually. Now let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Biker Paul will be first to drive the new Camaro.
Don't stress out. Okay.
2 minutes later,
You can't cut this knot tight.
Paul is stressing out.
And there's the first scratch on the Camaro.
There's the second scratch, and now the third.
What the hell's that? There's no suck way, man.
You get panicky. That's what
Gets me.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
You gotta give me.
All right. There's my curb right there.
Tommy directs Paul all the way to the concrete section.
You're gonna tear my door handle off, man.
Just in case you're wondering. Our plan is to sell this Camaro when season 6 is over.
Well, that's not going to be good for resale.
This is getting to me now, buddy.
I know it is.
10 easily avoided scratches later,
This.
Paul loses it completely.
Whoa.
This. There's no way, man. It can be done. There's no way.
Oh, you hit it. Whoa, whoa. Ah. Now what do we do?
Now Paul lines up for the 50k an hour slalom section, but he grips the wheel at the top, which results in fumbling instead of steering. Paul's problems all start with fear.
He was getting very freaked out.
Slow Diane is next to go.
How do I go?
When she remembers how to go, Diane forgets how to steer.
I don't understand how to turn the wheel.
And that turns on the tears. When Diane bangs and clangs her way through the rims and into the concrete section, I'm beginning to think we should sell this car immediately.
Okay, so there's some front panel damage on the Camaro, but I'm telling you, the engine is in great shape. Ooh.
If we don't act soon, this car may never sell.
Okay, you can hit. I don't understand how to get to that hole.
When forcing the issue doesn't work, Diane tries several random steering combinations until she finally manages to squeeze her way through. In the 50K an hour slalom,
Slam on the gas.
Diane crawls out of the gate.
Mom, you have to go 50.
But even at Diane's slow speed, she hits 2 pedestrians. For Diane, going slow seems very fast.
I thought I did up to 50. And I didn't.
She did 32.
Dale is a 2-footed driver. Dale systematically hits every corner of the vehicle.
Hitting it?
On the slalom course,
Go faster, 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 faster.
Dale never goes 50K an hour. So,
Oh my God.
I become her passenger.
We got 40, 45, and 50.
Instead of maintaining 50, Dale slows down.
You down to 40?
And she still hits something, but Dale is oblivious to the impact.
Did you hit anything?
No. I don't think so.
Really?
Unaware Dale must leave wreckage behind her.
You think you might have hit other things in your real driving life that you didn't know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Big time. Big time.
Lance is not used to an automatic shifter.
Which one's Ford?
D.
Another 2-footed driver. This guy's completely clueless.
Lance is sickeningly dangerous, and he knows it. What Lance is about to do to our new Camaro might make you vomit.
And I was really excited when we were getting a brand new Camaro, and now I'm a little less excited because I worry that the car might not make it. Wait. D, put it in D, go that way. Whoa, Lance. Whoa, stop. I think you should turn it off, actually.
Yeah. I totally agree. I'm gonna up this car, man. Like, I don't want to do that.
Driving for Lance is a lot to swallow.
I puked in my mouth a bit.
When we come back,
don't give up.
Our brand new car gets peeled like a green onion.
Look, I missed Camaro 2010.
We bought this brand new Camaro. Then we built this challenge course with a long reverse section and a quick slalom. Now, the latest batch of Canada's worst drivers are doing their best to get our once shiny machine through our tight maze. Brad has no understanding of front-end swing.
When we talk about front-end swing here at the Rehab Center, this is what we mean.
And when we talk about mood swings, this is what we mean.
You If you want a Camaro, I know one that's getting cheaper by the minute. Hey? Do I hear 20 grand? We'll take 18. 15,000? Come on, make an offer. You know you want it. Engine's good. Only 30K. 8 grand?
Son of a...
In the concrete section,
I'm not pissed off at you, but don't take it out on me.
there's an epic struggle for control.
Well, and I don't know what to tell you because you're like, oh, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, you know what? Then it. I'm not important. Let me out of this car.
Stupid.
I want to be the one there. I want to be the one driving and controlling what we're doing.
You and the wipers.
Their relationship is mutually debilitating.
For the 50K an hour slalom section,
I love you, okay?
Donna's back for support.
50! Go!
Give her, big boy.
Donna tries to be encouraging.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
But she exudes panic.
Ah, I messed it up. See, that's why I leave. The carnage and wreckage.
Brad needs support.
Yeah, right? We're gonna get you through this, man. You're gonna be fine, okay?
It's okay. Shh. Don't cry. It's okay.
Up next is Speed Freak Dean.
Damn! The f.
Getting through the reverse section,
Man!
Dean continues to devalue the Camaro.
Going cheap.
Total the car, man.
Ah! Kill me? Eh?
That's too bad. I think I'm gonna die here.
Oh, man! What the?
As someone who weaves in and out of traffic, Dean is casual about the upcoming slalom.
And there goes the new car smell.
Dean is so casual, he steers with one hand.
What speed was I in?
Instead of going 50, Dean hits 63.
You see the speedometer in front of you?
No.
That's why you speed too much, my friend.
Jamie is up next.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What Jamie does is what she always does.
So do I just keep backing up?
She drives badly, and she asks a lot of questions.
Oh my God, what am I doing? Which way? Well, which way do I turn?
To me, now.
I don't know what to do.
Eric tells Jamie how to get through the rims,
Okay, keep it going.
but in the concrete,
How much you got on your side?
I don't care.
Jamie doesn't want any more help. And she rips the bumper off.
I suck. Like, I suck.
Boy, they say that they don't make bumpers like they used to. Remember when they were steel and you could bump into things, and these days they're so flimsy. Who likes modern bumpers?
Jamie drags the car through the final slot and thinks the Camaro is ready for the slalom. Now it's ready.
Tell me when I'm at 50.
Swerve, swerve, swerve. No, Jamie, that's not...
Jamie is a bad driver. No question about it.
I took the bumper off the car.
Last to drive the new Camaro is Scott. Instead of starting with the reverse, Scott wants to get the feel for this new car.
I can smell it burning. Whoa!
Why did Scott agree to rehab? Throughout our entire reverse course, he doesn't make a single mistake. But then, trying to show off before the slalom, Scott skids into the steering position with a handbrake turn. As he begins accelerating and steering, he can't understand why the Camaro is not as responsive as it used to be.
Oh, you got him!
Then, Scott sees the problem.
Switch over the emergency brake on.
Scott is a dangerous driver.
I expected myself to be far better at that course.
When we come back, the bad drivers meet our experts.
Hello, everybody.
Before we end this opening episode of Canada's Worst Drivers Season 6, our experts want to meet the nominees to learn exactly why they're here. Starting with Dale.
To be honest with you, I didn't want to come to driver's rehabilitation because I never considered myself a really bad driver.
What about once a week you tap something?
Yes, I do.
Just for your own satisfaction, wouldn't you like to have a week where you didn't hit anything?
You know, I'm starting to believe that.
Jamie knows why she came to rehab.
Like, I always seem to have to depend on someone else.
And Dean knows what he needs to focus on.
My speed. Before I didn't check my speed when I'm driving. I just enjoy the flow of the car, but now I start to realize I have to check the speed.
Brad came for skills and the will to drive, because right now
I'd rather scrub a washroom rather than go get some milk. It's just that stressful.
motorcycle enthusiast Paul is afraid of crashing into someone.
I'll correct you, I'm not afraid of anything, okay?
Chicken. Totally afraid of driving. If somebody's pulling over saying, I can't do this, I'm gonna call him afraid.
Okay, I'm afraid.
Diane is just as afraid.
The word speed frightens you.
I don't like to go fast.
But the most fearful person in rehab is Lance, who throws up.
How often, Lance?
Very often. I just can't handle getting into the car.
Once a week, would you throw up in the car?
If I drive that much.
Wow.
The biggest mystery in rehab is why Scott came here.
I came to become a better driver.
Do you think if you stopped doing stupid and dangerous things, that would be all you need to do? Because I think that's all you need to do.
That's probably correct.
This year in rehab, we're seeing things we've never seen before.
We're seeing a lack of basic driving skills, a lack of basic driving knowledge.
They were all admitting that they were relatively bad drivers, but their level of confidence is so low.
Doctor, you're new to this process. What do you think of these 8 people?
I'm astounded. I couldn't choose the worst, whether it's someone who vomits or cries. It's fascinating.
These are some of probably the most difficult cases we've ever had.
We'll change some of them. Hope we'll change all of them. But we'll graduate no one today. Well, that's it for episode 1 of Canada's Worst Driver, Season 6. What we witnessed today was, quite frankly, very, very scary. But next episode, things are going to get even more frightening. Because one of these people is going to graduate and go back to public roads.
Oh my God!
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver.
Slow down here, slow down.
The nominees learn to reverse a mobile home.
You're a grown man, let's go.
They learn to check their blind spots And Scott learns a valuable driving lesson.